Hi everyone, let's go over my medium time frame, low time frame and micro bullish and bearish Elliott Wave scenarios on Bitcoin. Starting with my medium time frame bearish scenario where we are looking for a zigzag 535 to the downside, where the most common target for wave C is between the 1 and the 1.236, taken from the high to the low of A to the high of wave B, sitting between 27k and 26.3k. Now that means we are then looking for 5 wave structures to the downside, and if we then zoom in to the local price action, that means that this is over here the end of a wave 1 diagonal. So we have then a 5 wave diagonal to the downside, wave 1 is finished, and we are now looking for a wave 2 to finish as well. Most common target for a wave 2 is between the 0.5 and the 0.786 Fibonacci, taken from the high to the low of wave 1, with the 382 being a rare target for a wave 2. If we look at the local resistances, then we do have resistance where we are at the moment, and if price would break through this target box to the upside, then there are a couple of levels to at least look at. That is the time naked point of control at 29.475, as well as the daily around that 786 sitting at 29.7k. And in a wave 2 you are then looking for a 3 wave structure in then a zigzag over here in a 5 wave move to the upside, followed by a 3 wave structure to the downside, and then a continuation in a wave C to the upside. If we zoom in then for a wave B, the common targets for a wave B Fibonacci wise are between the 382 and the 886. So that's a very wide area, but the 382 has some extra additional support. As you can see, the blue target box between 28.9k and 29.1k, and the fibs are taken from the low to the high over here of wave A. So you would expect continuation to the upside. If price breaks through this level, the next support for me is going to be this order block over here to fill this gap of price, and then look at this order block which is sitting between 28.9k and 28.8k. If we then zoom out and go to the medium time frame more bullish scenario before then eventually bearish, as we do expect more downside, then in this scenario we are still working on a wave B. So we have a 5 wave move to the downside in a wave A, but then we're looking for a bigger 3 wave structure in a wave B, where this is the first structure, second structure, and we're looking for a 3rd move to the upside. And an interesting level for wave B is that triple top at 30.4k, high 1, high 2, high 3. Also the 0.5 is there, but the 382 is a common target for a wave B, so we keep it in mind. But moving further to the upside is definitely not a problem, and the resistance area around the triple top is sitting between 30.4k to 30.6k, and above this level you have another resistance area between 31.1k and 31.3k. In order to reach the triple top, it does mean we have to go through this blue resistance area over here. Price did wick into it, but not all of the resistances that we have in this area were hit, and this area is sitting between 30k and 30.1k. Now if we then zoom in to this structure over here for a potential wave B, meaning a 3 wave structure, we have to be looking for either an ABC or a WXY. So an ABC is a 3-3-5 wave move, and a WXY is a 3-3 and then again a 3 wave structure to the upside. In this scenario, if this is a potential ABC and this is the low of a wave B, then the low of wave B has been made at the 105 Fibonacci, taken from the low to the high of wave A, which is a rare target for a wave B expanding flat, because we are then looking for an expanding flat structure, and the common targets for a wave B are between the 1.236 and the 1.38 for an expanding flat wave B, and then a 3-3 and then a 5 wave move. The 105 is a rare target, so that has something that is important information for the probabilities as well. Now in this scenario, you expect this then to be a 3 wave structure to the downside. You can count this as a WX and then a very long Y, or a WXYXZ, but the WXYXZ in general is very, very rare, and that is then the main reason why I've put a WXY on my chart, even though this wave Y is so incredibly long compared to a much shorter wave W and also a very short wave X. So time wise it's not the nicest, but a WXYXZ in general is a very rare structure and therefore is never preferred. In wave W, we then have a zigzag to the downside, followed by any correction in a wave X, and then you're going to be looking for a double zigzag in a wave Y, which is also not really something you like to see. As usually in a wave Y, you prefer to have simple structures, and a simple structure is a single zigzag like we then have in W over here. It is a flat scenario, or you're gonna have a triangle. So yeah, this doesn't look too great. We do keep at least the W, X, Y, X, Z in our mind, because in that scenario each wave is a single structure. So you then have a zigzag, correction, and another zigzag. So that is quite a nice scenario, but then again, a W, X, Y, XZ in general is quite a rare scenario. If we look at the confluences to the upside, I already mentioned the resistance area. We are currently at the weekly naked point of control. We do have some support below us between 28.9, 29.1k. If we look at the CVD divergences, then we have the bullish CVD divergences over here. Higher low on price, lower low on the CVD. The target is the high over here, which is sitting at 30k. And if I show you this on the CVD chart, and I zoom out, then you can also see this, where we then have over here higher low on price, but a lower low on the blue CVD can clearly be seen. And we also have a lower low on the yellow CVD over here, higher low on price, but then from this low, because if we go to the low of price, we have to go to that same CVD, which is over here. And you can see that this low and this low are lower on the yellow line. So we have both bullish in blue as well as in yellow CVD divergences. And we have to wait and see if that's going to play out the moment that this high at 30k is taken. More locally though, we do have a bit of bullish CVD here, higher low on price, lower low on the yellow as well as the blue CVD between this little pivot and the higher low over there. So only if the high is taken more locally, that has played out. And then I'm talking about this high over here. The moment that one is taken, this more local bullish CVD divergence has played out. Now, preferably, a bullish CVD divergence is made with the actual pivot low or pivot high, meaning with this one. And that's what we don't yet have locally. So this is more of a risky one, let's say. But preferably, if price is going to drop to the downside, you prefer to see bullish CVD divergence with the low over here and then the higher low that is going to be created. So if we then finally look at the probabilities of the different scenarios, then actually it's quite simple, right? Medium time frame neutral, low time frame neutral, and on the micro we expect to move up. And the reason why I write neutral over here is because in both of the scenarios we expect price to still continue to the upside. Of course, we can have a dip down as mentioned and then continuation to the upside, but you at least expect a three-wave move. In the bearish scenario, in the micro bearish scenario, you're going to be looking for an ABC, but also in the more bullish scenario where you're going to be looking for higher prices, you're also still looking for a move to the upside. So therefore, on the micro, on the medium time frame and the low time frame, I just wrote neutral because it all depends on how price is moving on the micro in this structure to the upside. If this is going to be an ABC, well, then it can be a wave 2 for continuation and then a 1, 2, 3 to the downside. But if this gets a bigger push and you are going to take this 30k high over here, then a potential diagonal here is invalidated and we are going to be looking for that triple top. Now there is news, by the way, before I forget, just thought about it. We do have news this week, not today, but this week at 2:30 p.m. Central East European time on Thursday, and also Friday 2:30 p.m. Central East European time. So make sure you trade safe around these hours. I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. Please check out the most recent educational video I've made about the best trading indicator you can use, in my opinion, which is the CVD. And for now, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'd like to see you at the next one. Bye bye.